Anything? Because I don't know what I'm doing. But next time I'm going to pay attention to the knob that you turn. I'm going to pay attention next time. Yep, there you go. See? I'm going to pay attention. That's all I had to do. One time. Welcome, world. What's going on, world? Thank y'all for tuning in again. What is this? Like week 5. Like I'm already into my second month, people. This is crazy. Well, welcome to the Nelly Thinking Outside the Box Village Conversations with me, Nelly. This is an experience. This is a podcast where people of all walks of life are going to come and chat and talk about any and everything that they want to talk about. But I always like to set the tone. I always want to set the intention for the conversation before we get started. So, with that being said, everybody soften your gaze, allow your eyes to come to a gentle close. Focus on your breath. Breathe in slow and controlled with intention. Exhale, cleanse and release with purpose. Allow the breath to serve as a cleanse and a detox for the mind and the body. Bring your mind to a calm, cool, relaxed place. Your heart to a pure place. As you prepare to come into this conversation with an unbiased mindset, an open mindset. And with that being said, slowly come back into reality, come back into realness, baby. Thank you for joining me, man. Listen, the response has been great. Let me just say that before we even dive into these conversations, because as a mindfulness and a yoga instructor, I'm always about gratitude, right? And being grateful for things. And I am grateful for this platform. I am grateful to my bro, Toucan, who provided me with this platform. I am grateful to Glockaware Radio. Y'all got to tune in. There's some awesome shows on here. It's not just me, guys. It's a village. And it's a whole lot of us. From Monday to Friday, you can tune in and get just about anything that you want to get in this Glockaware radio station family that Toucan has built here. I'm also grateful for each person that blessed me with their presence. Do you know how much courage it takes for a person to come on here and talk to the world and give their opinion, knowing that someone may judge you for what you're going to say? People stepping outside of their comfort zone, thinking outside of the box, as it says on the screen, as it says on my shirts. Get you a Thinking Outside the Box t-shirt. Go to my website, nellyyogafitness.com. Shameless plug, but it's okay. It's okay. So I just want to thank all those people for being transparent. That's hard. That is something that is not easy to do, to get up here and talk about things that you've experienced, your opinion on certain things, your past, your present, your future. That is not always something that people want to share with the world. So I thank, first and foremost, my mom, right? She was dope. Now you see where, she blessed me with a little bit of dopeness. Shout out to Renee, a.k.a. Naj. My partner with Sarah Brand. Sarah Brand is another business that I have. I don't talk about it much, but I need to shout it out. Sarah Brand. Follow it on Instagram. Sarah, SARAHBRAND. 365. We started out as a bow tie business, and it means simply altered, remixed, and handcrafted, but we are so much more than that. So much more than that. And I'm blessed and grateful to be able to work with my mom in that capacity and it's basically about her craft, because I can't sew. But I have a vision for design. I have a vision for certain things. So we complement each other in that aspect. But when I tell you she can sew and make anything, it's just a blessing to see her get back behind that sewing machine, which was something that was a fear of hers for years, something that she associated her addiction with, and it crippled her from being able to get back behind that sewing machine. So big up to my mom for putting that fear aside and helping me to live out a dream of mine, because it was an idea that I had. My son wanted to wear bow ties, and we were like, you know what? All right, I made his first one out of a glue gun and safety pins, and my mom was like, oh, you're not going to have my grandson walking around with these damn fall apart bow ties. So she made it happen and started sewing them, and we've gotten better every year. Now we're on to painted denim jackets. You better check it out. You better find out about me. Call me Picasso, Michelangelo, call me Basquiat's sister because I'm out here. I'm painting the jackets. It's a movement. It's not everybody's into it, but wearable art is a thing, y'all. Shout out to Miss Skeen. They started a big thing here in Philly years ago. So I am not originating this by no means. There are people who paved the way for me as far as this art, wearable art stuff is concerned, but I'm in here. I'm just as artistic and creative as the next person, and I've proven that by selling my first piece. So shout out to Nan at the movement. Shop black, buy black, people. Buy black. The movement is on Germantown Avenue in Chestnut Hill. Look it up. Dope shirts, dope apparel, dope merchandise, dope jewelry. Support your black, business owners. So shout out to her for supporting me in that. And I wasn't even advertising selling my painted denim jackets. I just happened to be wearing one that I made for myself in her store. And she was like, I want one. And I was like, oh, I made this. And she was like, okay, well, do one for me. Never asked me how much I was going to charge. Never cared about the price. Okay? Never cared about the price. And I was shaking in my bones. I didn't know if I should even tell her what price. Shout out to Jonesy's Boutique. I took my coat down the street and I asked one of the ladies that was working in there at the time, and I said, well, what would you charge for this jacket? It's hand painted, one of a kind. You can't get another one like it. And she was like, oh, anywhere from $650 and up. Now, mind you, this was a coat that I just decided to make during the pandemic. Got tired of wearing the same stuff over and over again, and I'm good for that. This is where Sarah Brand came from, the simply altered, remixed, and handcrafted part, because I'll take a pair of scissors, a glue gun, some safety pins, a needle and thread, and recreate a whole outfit, turn something into nothing, or take nothing and turn it into something. So to hear that lady quote that price on a coat that I didn't see that much value in. I just knew that it was different and it was one of a kind. I didn't know the value of my work. I went back and told that lady that price, and she didn't even flinch, and it was a barter, and it was still dope that I was able to get the value of merchandise from her store for the price that I quoted her. So I'm saying that to you, my villagers, to say that, you never know what your passion can turn into. You never know, what value other people are going to put on your work and on the things that you're passionate about. So turn your passion into bucks, big bucks. You could do it. You just got to take the time. And then it's like, then again, the village. Here comes the village, right? So I do the jacket. I get all these compliments. Boom. I shout out Sue Serio. Shout out Mike Jared. Shout out Alex Holly. Shout out the whole Fox 29. Who hits me back? Sue Serio. Shout out to her. She's a real one. Super down to earth. She responds back in your inbox. You think you're talking to your auntie. And she, out of nowhere, she airs my stuff. So I got a whole, few minutes of fame on Fox 29, Philly, shout out, for my coats. And then to hear these news anchors talk about my jackets like, ooh, ah, wow, oh, she's such an artist. Where can we find these? Is she on Etsy? It just opened up a whole new world for me, because it was like, wow, this was just something I was playing around with in my house with some paint that I had laying around. And now I feel like this is another path that I need to explore. This is something else that I need to see where it takes me, because I love doing it. It doesn't feel like work. I enjoy it 100%. And it might pay me a whole lot of money. Can't beat that. You can't beat that. So I'm blessed and I'm grateful for them. And I'm still going down the line, and my conversation is going to tie into everything. But today I'm about gratitude and I'm about gratefulness, and I'm just grateful to be going into my second month of this podcast. Who knew? I was sick this week. I'm still like snotty. My throat is like, seasonal crap is going on, like, but I have to push through, right? My husband was like, I don't even think you should go. I don't think you should go today because you're sick, you're coughing, you're this. But look, I haven't coughed yet, and I don't want to jinx myself because it's not pretty. And I don't want everybody being COVID chondriacs. That's my new term for everybody thinking that everything is COVID, because it ain't. But I felt like I needed to push through. I have to push through because my villagers depend on me being here. I have people that really are excited to tune in and hear what I'm going to talk about next and who's going to come on next. I got to keep this going. Sick and all. I got to keep going. I have to push through. But when I'm doing things that I love, these are the things that push me up out the bed. Shout out to my Tuesday and Thursday morning class at the Y. I love you guys. You guys are so faithful for showing up. And I told them that this morning in my 7:30 class, that they are a part of the reason why I came up with this concept for the village conversations. Now, this is real village stuff. This is my potential co-host trying to get the address here. So let me text her live on air, guys, the address. And hopefully she'll store it in her phone because she has it already. I love her though. And now I'm back. So I'm back on Instagram, you guys. I'm back on here. And so, again, back to who I'm grateful for. Everybody. Mustafa, you came through. You blessed me with your presence. That was awesome. The way you talked about gun violence and the role that you played in it as a perpetrator in the crime and also a victim. That is a reality that we are dealing with in this city every day, y'all. Like, there's no exaggeration. The stuff that comes on the news, it's exhausting. And I know we keep saying we got to do something, but what? Don't hesitate to tune in on YouTube, guys. Call in, chat, whatever you want to do. Comment on Instagram. I want to know your opinions. I want to know what you guys are thinking about some of the stuff that I'm going to be bringing up. And I know I'm kind of all over the place, and hopefully your comment won't be too delayed from what I'm saying, but I will try to address you. But it's really bad. A 4-year-old was shot trying to get his hair cut for the first day of school, sitting in a barbershop. 4 years old. 4. A father was just gunned down at a gas station with his son in the back seat. Teenage son, young son, whatever, 10, 12, just young. Now that man is gone. Those kids don't have a father. And all for what? And all for what? It's like, what do we need to do as a village? Come on, village. What do we need to do? What do we need to do as a community? Do we need to reboot like the Black Panthers? Like really get up out like grassroots Black Panthers. They still exist. They're still around. But you don't really see them. Their presence isn't felt like it used to be back in the day. Do we need to are there block captains like that anymore? Block watch? Where did these people go? Where are these villagers? After school programs, what is missing in this melting pot of chaos that we can't seem to get out of? It seems as though it just continues to spiral and spiral and spiral out of control. And we can't ignore the reality of the fact that this crime that is happening around us affects our mental health. I know we get a little crazy and sometimes with the village because we never know what the village is going to talk about, but we're not going to lose sight of the fact that this podcast is all centered around mindfulness and the things that affect us on the daily. And even if it's something funny or whatever, whether it affects us, whether it's positive or negative, it has an effect on how we feel and how we think daily. So if you live in an area where you hear gunshots all the time, don't think that that doesn't affect you just because you get up every day and go to work and take care of your kids and go and you live inside your home. There's a level of trauma and anxiety associated with hearing gunshots. That's not normal. It's not normal. And I know it makes me feel anxious. Even in talking to the kids at Hardy, shout out to my Hardy kids. I miss you guys. I wish I was able to come back, but maybe, who knows? Maybe we will meet somewhere in the future. But I'm going to always shout you guys out. It was deep to hear some of my students talk about just being having anxiety walking to school, having to come out the house every day. That was a reality for most of the kids that have to travel to get to school. Whether you're walking, busing, going with your parents, catching the sub. A lot of inner city kids travel. And some kids don't go to their neighborhood school. So they travel a ways to get to their school. And can you imagine that every day your anxiety is on 1,000 because you got to leave the house to get to school. And you don't know if you're going to get shot by a stray bullet. Like, this is the real conversations that I had with these children. And now let's think about the whole full cycle of it all, right? They're coming to school. Mindset is already off. Emotions are all over the place. Anxiety is on 1,000. Stress, depression, all of these things these kids are dealing with. And then you come to school. And then you put all of this on the educators, the teachers, who are still human too, who, like these kids, have circumstances, have families, have things going on in their lives. Life might not be so peachy keen for them either. And now, how's their mental health? As a personal fitness trainer, shout out to the Y in West Philly. Shout you guys out all the time, because I'm on the ground, grassroots with them too, fighting for my community. I love that Y. I love that location, and I'm going to continue to be an advocate for that location, because we deserve all of the high-end tech stuff, everything that all of the suburban Ys get. We deserve it, and I'm going to fight for it. So back to what I was saying. It's deflating. And I've had conversations with teachers who have come to me for personal training. And the only way that I can describe how these teachers look when having this consultation with me was like they were drowning. Like drowning in the middle of the ocean, trying to tread water. Sometimes they would, stay afloat a little bit. They would just, swallow some of the water and then continue to paddle. But it was a recipe for disaster. This is what I'm painting a picture of. And now the kids are going back to school. What from last year has changed? What from last year is different? Do schools have counseling in place for these children who lose friends on a regular basis? They don't. They don't. There's no platform for kids to talk about what they need to talk about. So they take it out in class. They take it out on the teachers. They take, and then I don't even understand how, as parents, we think that our kids could learn efficiently. They're not. Because it's just a snowball effect of craziness going on in the classroom. You do have a lot of teachers. Shout out to the teachers who really do love their jobs, who really do want to help kids succeed, who are passionate about teaching. There are a lot of you out there. And I feel my heart goes out to you guys, because a lot of times you're overlooked, you're underpaid, you're burnt out, but you still get up and you do it every day for your love and your passion of the kids and your job and what you do. However, that can only go but so far when you still have a population of students who don't want to learn. Or maybe I don't want to say that they don't want to learn. I'm just saying that these kids are dealing with a lot. Dealing with a lot. And what is their outlet? You don't really see drill teams like that anymore, like back in the day. Like blocks had drill teams. Like, you don't see that anymore. You don't see girls jumping rope. You don't see outdoor activities outside of the normal boys on the basketball court. And maybe it's the fear that people have of even being outside. There's a fear associated with being outside. Blocks in Philly now are banned. I miss you too, Mai. That's one of my students right there. See, I stay connected with my students because it's important to be consistent. And I told those kids that when I took on that opportunity that I would be there with them all 4 days. I didn't want to split up the 2 days, 2 days here, someone else come in. Nope, I'm going to be here all 4 days and commit. And it was rough, right? Y'all know it was rough. They tried me. But I stood my ground because I cared and I was passionate about those kids. I'm a mom too. So I would hope that as I send my children out here into this world, that whoever is in contact with my kids is just as passionate about my kids as I am about others' children. Because that's what the village is about. It's not a good village if the village is going to do the opposite of what I'm trying to instill in mine. That defeats the purpose of the village. The village is supposed to be in alignment with what I am teaching, what I am preaching, what I am setting forth. Unless, because there's an unless, unless I'm on some bullshit and I'm ratchet and I don't mean my kids no good, because all parents ain't good parents. Well, I won't even say all people who have kids ain't good parents. Because I feel like if you consider yourself a parent, like a parent, you could be a mom, you could be a dad. All right, whatever. But a parent. Hi, sunshine. Hi, love. I was saying. Now, I don't know why she thought, why would she think that she could just come in and bless me with all that sunshine? And I'm going to get her before the show is over. I'm going to get her. That's the chick with the juice, y'all. Shout out to my girl, Kia. Chick with the juice. I love her. This is special bond. Again, the village. The village. I'm telling you, like, I have just been so blessed, y'all, to meet just such an array of people. Shout out to Rosie for even putting this little idea in my brain to do this. Because I know I like to talk, and I know people are probably like, dang, she can really like sit in the room by herself and talk. That's what people with multiple personalities can do. We can talk to ourselves, different voices, bounce ideas off of the other idea in my head from the other personality in my brain. That's how my mind works. That's why I understand mental illness. People think that I'm joking, but I'm not joking. People, I'm dead serious. I don't claim crazy because I feel like there's a negative stigma associated with the word crazy. But I do have a beautiful mind, though. My mind is beautiful. And that's why other beautiful-minded people connect with me. And I think that's why this village conversation thing works. Because my mind is so open to everybody's thoughts and opinions and ideas. I can hold my own in any room with anybody. Like, I love just being around different walks of life. I think that's what makes the world so dope. Like, if the world was like the movie The Minions and everybody looked the same, where's the excitement in that? I love all the shades of black people. Yo, we are fire. We're fire, yo. We come in all different shades, textures of hair, eye colors. We make this world. If you could go to anywhere in the world, anywhere. Pick a place. Tell me where you won't find a black person. Or a person of color. I won't just say black. Person of color. There are Italians who get just about as dark as me. There are Indian people whose skin is probably darker than mine. Dominicans who look just as dark as my husband. Puerto Ricans, whatever. Asians. Listen, the list goes on. We are brown. Baby, we are brown in all cultures, all walks of life, because brown is dope. That's why. And that's why a lot of people want to be brown. That's why tanning and all of that exists, all that. Man. Oh, I did want to bring this up. So I did post this on my story, and I want you guys to vote on it. Comment, let me know what you think. But it popped up on my Instagram, and I want to know, are Philly locals the rudest locals in the world? Are we that rude, y'all? How can we call ourselves the city of brotherly love, and then there's somewhere some people, whoever they think they are, these people who think they're so important, to even do this stupid poll to say, oh, Philly was ranked number one or highest in this dumb behind poll, that we're rude. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it, because I think it's my Philly personality that comes out. Like, when I go to Connecticut and stuff, I think they're more rude than we are. I think like New England, them people up there, not the black people all the time, but you know the people I'm talking about. Keep going north, and then you'll see they ain't that friendly in the morning. You ain't gonna get no good morning, no smiles, no nothing. You're not getting that. But here, like, I speak to everybody, my neighbors. Like, it's just, so I don't know. I don't know who conducted that poll. I don't know who thinks they know us. But we can be rude. We can be rude if you were rude to us. Like, we're rude to Dallas Cowboy fans, for sure. For Eagle. I mean, I don't even understand that. Like, I want to go in that for a minute, because I'm a football fan. I'm Eagles all day, through and through, and Sixers. I don't understand if you've lived here all your life, but you are a Cowboy. Why? You're doing yourself a disservice. I don't understand it. I'm not even going to go that hard, because I already know how you cowgirls get. You get your panties all in a bunch, and I'm not even going to rile you up, because it ain't that deep. Season ain't really start yet, so, you know, I ain't gonna get y'all all upset. So I'm gonna come up off of that. But rude, really? Like, that even trips me out. Like, do you ever think about, like, who sits around and thinks about the polls and what kind of polls to create? And, like, if you watch Fox 29 or different news, Good Morning America, it doesn't matter, whatever. Like, they do these different dumb polls. Like, sometimes they'll put a map up on the screen and say, oh, like, Halloween's coming up, right? So they love to do which state prefers certain candies for Halloween and certain chocolates. Like, who has the time to sit there and think about and poll each state and come to that conclusion? It's just too much. I don't know. I think if we focused on more important things, and maybe we can really get some stuff accomplished, because I feel like we just be worried about some dumb shit sometimes. And it's really distracting. Like, so back to my gratitude. Who else is on my gratitude list? So I definitely got to shout out my Poppy store. podcast homie Dom and Davita. Dom was awesome, blessing me with his presence, being my co-host when I was a co-host with Rosie. Shout out to Salim and to Dot for also coming on. That was a blessing. Shout out to Charlie Bravo. Get her book, y'all. Get that book. Tangled in the Web. That book is awesome. I also want to thank, who am I missing? Martina, TT. You guys, I appreciate y'all. I don't know what happened to Martina. She said she was on her way. I hope nothing happened to you, sweetheart. I hope you're okay. Hopefully you'll make it before I go off the air. But you're here with me in spirit because I know you're trying to get here. So don't hurt yourself. Last week you were here on crutches, so I hope you're not hopscotching your way on up here. So what are some of the things, like, do you ever sit back and reflect on what you're grateful for? A lot of times we move so fast through life. We're always, and I think sometimes we're concerned about some of the wrong things. We're worried about what we don't have, or who didn't show up for our party, who, we don't have a car, or life, right? Because life will donkey kick the shit out of you in your chest. And I know a lot of people who come in contact with me, I'm all sunshine, sprinkles, I'm smiling, I'm laughing. But life has been real for me for the past 4.5 years. Excuse me, I told you I had a little cold, and it was only a matter of time before that cough was going to seep and try to sneak into this podcast. But it ain't COVID, PSA. So I just, I don't want to, and I lost my train of thought as soon as I started coughing. I don't even know what the hell I was talking about. But it's cool, because I'll get back to it if I remember. Regardless. Do you hear that? And it's like nothing I can take. Does it make you paranoid? Like when you're sitting next to someone and they cough, do you, like now because of COVID and monkeypox, do you like get paranoid now because people are coughing? Coughs, common cold still exists, people. It's still a thing. Everything is not COVID. Do you feel like as soon as your nose starts running, oh my God, let me take a COVID test? I'm not a COVID chondriac. I'm not going to let people turn me into one. I go through this every season. This has been since I was a child. I get a post-nasal drip. Now, I probably should stop eating cheese and stuff like that. I know that I am what I eat. And as a wellness professional, I do know better. However, I like cheese. I like ice cream. I'm going to do certain things that I know I shouldn't do. Right? So, I got somebody who I want to invite into this conversation because I just love her. She's so real and she's just so genuine, and you never know what might come out her mouth, and I love that about her. You have got to tune in to her Loud Mouth podcast, the chick with the juice. Get on in here, girl. Get on. She knew I wasn't going to let her just sit on over there. She's a vet in this game. Hey guys. I have been watching her from her first on air. She's just dope. When she started her juice, we
was funny in the lunchroom. Not high school, but
But the lunchroom, nonetheless.
Is this mic on?
Yeah. You just celebrated a birthday.
I did. Is this mic on? I don't know.
I hear you.
Good, as long as you can hear me.
I do hear you.
All right, good.
And so how was your birthday, sis?
It was nice. It was quiet.
Leo, right?
Yeah,
okay.
August 18th. August 18th. I was really excited. I didn't do much, but it was cool. I was quiet. I was very quiet. You were quiet. Yeah, I was quiet, which is different. That's why I have a show called Loud Mouth Podcast. My mouth has never been quiet.
Right. So I'm like, you were quiet on your birthday?
I was quiet on my birthday, but I had fun. It was nice. It turned out to be a nice evening.
Well, listen, she allowed me to bless her podcast.
You did. And I looked back at it and I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to just have to take my hat off to you, because I don't think you understand or realize how hard what you're doing is because you're up here by yourself. I was out in the front, like I couldn't do that. I would like I can to me, I mean to other people it may seem like, oh yeah, but I would be so uncomfortable. I'd be like, Toucan, play some music. I'll be up here dancing and bopping and smoking. I wouldn't even be it's very hard to sit by yourself and engage, an audience, and you're very good at it, so I just wanted to say congratulations to you. But Nelly, you like, come on, man.
What?
You always had a bright personality.
That's because I have several of them in there.
Well, that's good. Everybody needs several. Do you
have several?
No, that's the problem.
No?
I need another one. Like, I need another one, and then I probably won't get into
I can share one of mine with you.
Well, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many in there.
So many in there. So many in there.
It is.
What's your sign?
Cancer.
Yeah. You guys are you guys?
And I mean like cancer, 7-Eleven, cancer. I ain't on the cusp of shit. I'm cancer.
You are Cancer, June 11th. July 11th. I didn't mean that. That's my, that's a good day. That's my dad's birthday. Well, it's the 10th, but yeah. And that don't.
Do y'all know who her dad is?
No, shh.
Ain't no shit. Do you know? Bro, when this show ends, can you play her dad's song when we go out? So y'all know who her dad is.
They can probably play a clip it.
Now I'm hyped.
See, shh.
Now I'm hyped. Because I love that song. And that just is because he's dope.
You know what was crazy? I was going through it the other day, and like I posted something, and then I went to scroll to the next post, and the next reel was some very inspirational words, and my dad's song playing in the background, and I thought that was dope as shit. I was like, damn, I hear you, bro. Like,
that song is the song of the nation. It just needs to be the Black National Anthem.
He gets me out. He gets me going.
He gets the world going. He got Obama going.
Yeah.
Rocky came out to that song. You better check his record, y'all.
Yeah.
She got great blood in her veins. Yeah. It's not even meant for you to not be great. Period.
Yeah.
And it just
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm at the bus stop. I'm at the bus late.
Late for the
yeah, I'm just.
Me too. I've been sitting at this. Is this bus station closed?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Might be one of those.
Find out if this bus station is
closed. Might be. It might be.
I've been sitting here.
Yeah, I've been here a while.
Waiting for a minute. So like, let's just talk about like you and your path and some of the things that you got going on, your podcast. What is that centered around? Your chick with the juice. You got a lot going on. This girl is very talented. Y'all don't sleep on her.
I do. I and I appreciate that. I do have a lot going on, but I don't.
Is that because you're working smarter, not harder?
It's because I took a hiatus.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of moving at my pace right now. You know what I mean? It's like right now it's about self-care and just getting your mental right, and just I had to stop for a second and put 100% into me, because I was losing myself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
And everybody knows I speak very openly about depression and all of that good shit. And check on your folks sometimes, because sometimes shit get real and they can't handle it. You know what I mean? And I've lost a few people, but I'm back on the horse and I'm getting my shit together. I'm actually doing some rebranding. I have another line coming out called Juicy Buds. It's a collaboration with a friend of mine who has a brand called Cash Buds, and so we got juice and buds, and it's Juicy Buds. It's gonna be a dope situation, so stay tuned for that. And besides that, I've been helping my daughter. She's been doing some painting with a twist. She has newly come into her artistry. Nice. So follows Artist Next Door. But she does some dope cartooning, you know what I mean? And she's really good. And she's been elevating and doing events now.
She has been such an advocate for her daughter.
Yeah, that's my best friend.
I mean, I don't know if you want to like dive into some of that, because people, it takes a special mother to care for a child with special needs.
Yeah, my daughter. Well, my daughter got special needs, all right. I'm playing her head.
or just physical limitations?
Yeah, my daughter was born with congenital scoliosis. She was born with a 60-degree curvature in her spine. So she had some surgeries when she was an infant. You know, they told me she wasn't going to walk. They told me that she wasn't going to be able to do a lot of things. Long story short, fast forward, high school, she's a freshman, but she was a varsity cheerleader. She was a dancer. She, you know, she's moved around. She's just really short. You know what I mean?
A doll baby, like, and I love it.
You know, she dealt with a lot of. She dealt with bullying, but she didn't deal with bullying. See, I'm crazy. I don't know if you handle it or not. Like,
you'll fight a kid.
Yeah, no, for certain shit, I'm gonna die for it, and she's one of them. So, and everybody knows, you know what I mean. Like, my daughter don't fight, but I do. So it like nobody really fucks with her. We haven't really had those issues, but we did have a few issues, and they kind of stunted her a little bit. And she was very outgoing, and she, you know, she was a very, she's always been creative, you know, and she's naturally funny, you know, on the low. You know, she has my sense of humor, but she's like, her sarcasm is like way beyond mine sometimes, you know. So, but after, you know, she did well. She got through high school. She went to college she got ready to go to college for her first semester, and she got accepted to a bunch of colleges. She did great in high school, and she wound up having to have a surgery done. And after she had the surgery done, it kind of held her back a little bit, so she wound up just going to Lincoln. And once she started Lincoln, she developed a tumor, which we did not know for quite some time, because we were taking her back and forth to CHOP, and they was giving us the runaround, which really threw me through the loop, because I really praised CHOP for a lot of years, and they did my daughter dirty. You know what I mean? They did my daughter dirty, and instead of, you know, giving her a biopsy and making sure that she was good, because she's been under your care all these years, they dismissed her and sent her to, because they wanted to try to tell me that the tumor didn't develop from the surgery.
Wow.
But the tumor wasn't there when you did the surgery, because if it was there, you would have removed it.
Exactly.
So it developed after the surgery. So it was a whole thing. I couldn't get anybody to sue him. It was a whole thing. Yeah. My daughter lost everything behind that. She had to drop out of school. You know, so basically she was, you know, diagnosed with cancer, and that was our fight. I wound up having to resign from my job. I went
all of that happening all at one time.
Yeah, I wound up going full-fledged into the juices and branding myself, coming here to Glockaware, you know, getting my shirts done, and, you know, like I said, 2K in this family anyway, so I used to just always be here, and it became, you know, a family thing. And, you know, then I started coming on to the shows, and then I wound up, you know, co-hosting and hosting a few shows, and then, you know, here we are. Now I'm back down to my one show, but like, it's so much history in just here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just there's so much history about Chick with the Juice just here. You know what I'm saying? So I always give my hats off to Glockaware, to the Fly Team, the Paulie and the Gang, to, you know what I mean, even CME Morning Show, all the shows that, you know what I mean, started me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I learned a lot, bro. I learned a lot in the last couple years. You know what I mean? I learned a lot, but right now it's like I'm so into focusing on this new me. It's my new chapter.
Okay.
It's my new chapter.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I got off track too. So as all that happened, my daughter then found her artistry, because she was depressed and she didn't want to come outside and she didn't do anything, and she started painting. And when she started painting, it was up and stuck from there.
See, this is how everything is all connected, right? So I believe in meditative painting. That is how I kind of stumbled on my painted denim jackets. It was so meditative for me.
Yeah.
Like, so how do you, I know you mentioned.
How I meditate, I smoke. Oh.
See.
Oh.
It's not how you meditate.
Oh.
But that's okay. That's a great answer. I was about to ask you, how do you reduce your depression and your anxiety? You smoke weed.
I smoke.
That's a great.
No. And I microdose shrooms too. Look it up.
I'm scared.
No, look it up. Do your research. Please do your research.
No, but just okay. So educate me now.
And I didn't say I get high off shrooms. Oh, that's not what I said. I said
how do you ingest it?
I microdose. You can eat it any kind of way. You can put it in tea.
Like a mushroom.
Yeah, that's shrooms. It's dried. Okay. They can be in the shroom. They can be in chocolate bars. They can be in tea. They can be in brownies. They can be by themselves.
They always make you feel like what you call them? Like mushrooms are like I don't want to start.
They can be if you overdo it. Elephant. Well, no, we wouldn't want you to take that much. Like I don't understand. See, that's when you get white boy wasted. We don't do that over here. No, it's not even that much. It doesn't. Heard about mushrooms. No, yeah, look it up. I'm telling you, please look it up. Google it right now. Google microdosing shrooms and how it helps depression.
Listen,
and that's actually what got my daughter out of the depression. Maybe that's why she started drawing cartoons.
Hey, listen, I'm an advocate for marijuana in terms of holistic treatments for different things. Right?
Yeah, look up.
I really am, and I think that it gets this is the reason why I think the government didn't really want to release weed to us because it's a cure for shit. Mm-hmm. And it makes you feel better.
Well, they're fucking it up now. So if you ain't growing your own weed, you got to be careful because they're putting so much shit in the weed now that we don't know what we getting no more. Yeah. You know, unless you're getting it straight from your grower. Right. So it's really bad. They're fucking the game up really bad.
Well, of course, that's how it goes, right? Because now it's like, oh, we can't really make money off of it like that, so we're going to open up all these dumb little dispensaries where they charge you so much for this little teeny.
I hate dispensary weed.
Like, what are you get? If you don't get out of here,
I like the bull Tyrone. Like
Raheem and them.
Yeah, Raheem and them from around the corner.
The real weed. That's what we want. And I don't want y'all to get it twisted. And guess what? Don't judge me, because yes, I am a smoker of marijuana, people. I do believe it. But here's the thing. I feel like sometimes people try to, that's why it says thinking outside the box. Hence, thinking out of the box. Don't put me in one. Yeah. I do believe in marijuana in terms of calming my nerves. That was one of the things before I found yoga. Weed was one of the things that helped. With my anxiety, with my depression, with just shaky hand. Oh my God. I hated it. Even just patience.
See, I have it.
I feel like weed, you smoking and you just instantly be like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's how, see me? Look, right now. I really don't give a fuck. That's where I'm at with it today. But I know.
You don't stress certain shit the same way.
Yeah, no. Today's a great day. I'm having a great day.
And it could have been a fucked up day, but you high. So you like, fuck it.
I'll deal with it later.
That's it. I'm telling you, people.
It's like, no.
Listen.
But I wish, you have to teach me, because I'm telling you right now, I got ADD. I cannot freaking, it takes me 2 hours to get out of the house because I organize shit on my bed 92 times. I can't, it's hard for me to sit still long enough to clear my mind. My mind's never clear. I'll be thinking about fucking squirrels and goddamn.
That's because she hasn't gotten on the yoga mat with me.
Yeah, and I need to stretch because I'm getting older, right?
It's not just about the stretching. All of that stuff that you just said right there is the reason why I will want you to do yoga with me. The fact that you're my mind is always racing. I have this also almost like an OCD-ish kind of. That's the reason why I want you to get on the stretching part. We can get there, but the reason why I do yoga is because I didn't want to commit suicide. I didn't want to be. Wow. I didn't want to suffer from depression. I didn't want to result to the same behaviors that my mom and my brother result to when they have a manic attack. And I tell people it didn't skip me. My mom was on here not too long ago, and she was just after the podcast, shit, I put you through some shit. I didn't realize that. I'm like, yeah. The hell, I was on the first line of defense.
I thank my mom and dad for fucking me up all the time. That's why.
I mean, it builds character.
Gives me jokes.
Like the army, it'll break you down and build your ass back up. The hell.
That's why I'm funny. Fuck it.
Laugh through. You have to laugh through the pain.
Listen.
You gotta laugh through the pain. If you lived through the 80s, the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm an 80s baby. That crack era.
Yeah, who you telling?
And then I tell people all right, so I don't know if I was a crack baby. You don't know unless somebody tells you. I know I could be a crack baby.
I don't know if I was a crack baby. I don't
know. But at the end of the day, I lived through that crack era, and I tell people when you look at what's going on out here, how many of them crack babies lived, grew up, and had babies?
Yeah.
Now it's a bunch of chemically imbalanced crack babies running around.
No, they pill babies. These
but still,
new ones
they're pills.
You know, I say we
grew
up on drug dealing music. They grew up on drug taking music.
Yes.
The whole scene is different.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, they look at this shit and be like, yo, I can't look at a motherfucker that's incoherent, that's flopping all over the ground. Like, yeah, I'ma definitely.
Like, I want to try that.
Definitely see if I could grab me some of that before I roll up out of here. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm good. Like, now if you smoke some good weed and you coughing, all right, I might grab that.
Right.
I might grab that. You know, I don't have Corona, I have Kushona. It's Kushona.
It's like new.
Yeah, it's a Kushona. When they ask you if you got COVID, no Corona.
It's Kushona.
Yes.
Kushona. Listen, sign me up.
Listen.
For that little cough virus. I'll take that all day. All day. But let me just shame myself, right? I'm going to shame myself because although I am a weed smoker, how many of you know weed leeches like myself? People like me who don't know how to roll their own weed, who always in the cypher, who don't never know how to roll it, don't never have none. I might be
You can't not know how to roll it and not have none and want to smoke. That don't
I don't. I just happen to have a man who always has some.
Well, that's different.
So I feel like
so you come with the weed.
I come with something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You come with the weed.
Yeah, I got it. Right. I just can't. I can't
The motherfucker that pops up out the ground every time it's time to smoke and they ain't never got nothing to offer.
That's me.
He's getting skipped in the rotation.
That's me. That's me. I'm a weed leech. I tell people that all the time. They be like, yo, roll this up. For real. I've been smoking weed since high school and I do not know how to roll my own weed.
Listen, I hate rolling. I hate rolling. Listen, my hands are messed up, right? So I got it's sort of like carpal tunnel, but it's called Decoy vein syndrome. Another name for it is gamer's thumb. So when I went to the doctors, the doctor's like, so listen, ma'am, you know, you have what we call gamer's thumb. So I'm like, gamer's thumb? I said, bro, I don't play no game. Oh no. Roller's thumb. It's roller's thumb. Hey, baby. It's roller's thumb. So, yeah, no, it's a difference. So, yeah, that fucks up your hands after a while. So, I hate rolling.
Well, my theory is that it would turn my lips black.
Well, I'm trying to stop smoking out of all of the tobacco because that's still killing us. It's still, that's still the worst way to smoke. Like, I need, like, a gravity bong or something.
The bong, it gets you fucked up. The bong?
Yeah.
I'm scared of the bong.
Yeah.
White people, they love the bong.
Well, I've tried it before. Jay Caesar came on my show. He had one. It was really dope.
It is. Listen.
It was really dope.
She made it.
And
look at her, just looking like sunshine. Get your ass in here. I don't know why she hiding. How many minutes we got left, y'all?
10, I think.
Come on in here. She made it, y'all. See, look.
How you doing, man? You want me to move over?
Yup, slide on close to me.
Oh.
So, listen, I want to give you a little, do you have a nice little topic you want to just throw out here before we close out something to get the people thinking, make them say,
I like your hair.
Thank you.
Martina.
I'm doing it though.
What?
I'm doing it. I'm about to color it.
Chick with the juice. Martina, chick with the juice. I didn't want to say your name on air. I think I did already though.
I know, we just ignorant. We just over here introducing ourselves around hair. We didn't even say our name.
That's what the village do. Like, hey girl, love up on you. Let me love up on you.
Yeah, they gotta get the fuck.
Will, can I hear you?
I can hear
you.
I can't talk, but I can hear you.
See if you can hear yourself in that mic.
I can.
Yeah, I can hear you though.
You can hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
I can't hear me.
It's alright.
Don't worry about it. Take the headphones off. But we can hear you. Just talk into it.
Yeah, that's what I was
pull it close to you.
All right.
What you want to say to the people, Team B?
Hi, y'all.
Before we check out of here.
I'm just saying, I want you guys to have a positive rest of the week. You know, there's a lot of things going on. I just seen a short Chinese man get harassed by a drunk girl. Like, I ain't never seen that before. Outside.
Out in front of here?
No.
I was going to say, girl, you see all kinds of shit
coming down, bro. I was like, he's like, no. I'm like, who's screaming? So he like, stop.
You should have said wait. The people said wait.
Hey, like, and he's short. He was like 5 foot. She
Poor
like
baby.
damn near 6.
Missy Porter in the building.
So I always like to, just be all over the place with my conversation, kind of like just go off the rails real quick and get people riled up. Like, did they really just do that and talk about that? Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. We got a couple minutes. Yeah, I mean, why not?
Right.
So, what do you think men prefer? A bald vagina or a hairy one?
It is not a 1976 porno.
So do you think that you're supposed to be waxed? We supposed to be waxing y'all?
I mean, at least clean it up. Like, at least.
Maybe we doing, Kwanzaa.
Chef, did you say you
or Black Lives Matter march or something?
With the stubble, a little bit of stubble.
I'm cracking up.
Yeah, take a nice nail razor. Have you ever had a nail accident?
Girl,
I spot
you gonna be like Malcolm X putting your vagina in the toilet when he put that perm in his hair. The hell?
Baby.
Listen, I thought I had killed my vagina.
Yeah,
like, it was
young.
done.
I thought I died.
It was done.
Like how Drake put the hot sauce in the condom.
Crazy shit.
For real.
But yeah, no, I don't know.
What about manscaping? How do you feel about a man who's completely bald?
I don't mind it,
I think it makes the penis look larger.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. Sometimes it makes it look a little bit more than it is.
I'm not eating a lollipop off the rug. That's all I'm saying.
You never know.
I'm gonna throw that joint in the trash. I'm not even rinsing it off.
Nah, sometimes you look at it, you be like, ooh, a lot there, and then you. Well,
I don't even like a man with a hairy chest. Like,
oh no,
not too much. It can't be like back all over.
No. You don't gotta get, if you gotta get waxed more than me, then it's an issue.
A hairy back is the worst, y'all.
Not that hairy of a back.
Not like hair, like
the shoulders.
Like like he got on a white beater, it's coming out the top, out the shoulder, all just hairy back.
He's a wolf. That's not a person.
That's not a person.
Wolf. He's a werewolf.
All right, y'all. I got another one.
All right.
We was talking about this, I think last time.
What was it?
The man wanting the gooch licked.
Oh.
Is that gay?
No,
that's the thing. It's important.
That's an important part of sex. What you mean?
Some of them don't know what it is.
If you're not licking the gooch, then goddamn it, your child is sitting in the fucking corner.
Wait.
You got to get it. That's like leaving your vegetables on it. You gotta eat everything. Except the salad. Don't eat the salad. You're right. Don't eat fuck the vegetables.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Whatever you feel like doing down there, but
you ain't gotta pin your legs back.
No. If I'm in bed with a man,
I don't need her.
I'm in bed with a man, and he allows me to put his legs back. It's over. If he turns over and gets in a doggy position, it's over. If you do anything but just you can't. None of that.
That's suspect.
Yeah.
Let her figure herself out.
I don't want to see none of that. It's suspect and it's over. It's over.
Okay. I got. Where you go? Come here.
I could do that.
Has a female ever farted in your face?
Just a little bit of
Or
which part of
you giving
what
her
kind of fart?
Not a queef.
I don't know.
Not a queef.
You don't know? Have you ever hit something? Have you ever like hit something and you get in it and it stink and you just be like, but you just keep finishing. You finish anyway.
Yeah, everybody did that before.
That's not right. If it stink, I'm working out or I'm saying something. I'm not letting it feel comfortable to lay there.
Started getting pussy. Young girls stink.
That's that neighborhood shit you weren't supposed to touch.
For the people that can't hear,
When he was playing catch a girl,
Chef said that he did. When they was young girls used to stink. But they still hit it anyway.
When you in middle school, you don't clean.
Said everybody did it.
You probably wiping from the back to the front. You just terrible.
Don't even know how to wipe.
Lord have
Yeah,
mercy.
know how to wipe.
I heard y'all said that moms, please
My mama
teach your
told
daughters
me
how to properly wash they kitty cat properly, but yeah, like properly washed.
Only thing is, I used to be embarrassed.
Deodorant. With the
the deodorant is the must.
Like, yo.
All of it.
Hygiene.
Hygiene.
All right, listen. This was a real show. My girl came in here and helped me save the day with all the shenanigans, y'all. I was on here by myself on this little ride floating in the ocean.
My team did it
by myself. But listen, this was a dope show. I appreciate y'all. Where can they find you?
Y'all already know who I am. I'm your highness, hashtag chick with the juice. It's Juicy Baby. I'm your party plug. If you know, you know. If you don't, tune in right after this, 4 p.m. Loudmouth Podcast with my co-host, Miss GP. We in this joint.
Hey, where can they find you, T?
Oh, the Lush Lab LLC experience at lush-lab-experience-LLC.
All right, listen, it's your girl Nelly. Thank you for tuning in. It's Village Conversations. I had my girls here with me. It was dope. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Tune in next